exactly like the previous electrician's containment method. Beautiful. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is enjoying the sunshine. This is Chris, the plasterer, tiler, electrical builder man, as I'm known online. Right, I've just arrived. Wix's again. I've got a horrible story about them. Let me down big time. Anyway, fueled up, precious caffeine. Cringe, let's go.
6.5 hours later.
Whew. Right, so here we are. I'm finally in the job after going to the wholesalers again. That's another story. If you want to know the story, ask me and I'll tell you. I don't want to slate them on this video, but you know how it is. Right, I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm doing and where I'm at at the moment. Slash electrical job as well. They had a spiral staircase here which the building control guy wasn't happy with. Blah de blah. So where I'm at electrically, there was a smoke head there. There was a light just there. You can see. I've got to build a new structural wall here to take the edge of these stairs. C16s. 95 by 45s I think they are. So smoke head is moved. These cables were long enough to move this smoke to here. I managed to keep this 300 away from anything. It's the best I can do and the guy is happy with that. One thing is wrong. These are ionisation and they should be optical. Ionisation is for a bedroom. This is a hallway, so it should be an optical. I'm going to go around and check all the other ones. I believe they're all out of date. They should have been changed 2014, so I'll tell the client about that. That'll be an extra if they want that to be done. What I'm doing here is putting a maintenance free joint on here, and this light is getting moved to here. So imagine a wall here now. So what I had to do is wire a feed and a switch feed down. This is going to be a switch in this wall when I built it today to do 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just ignore these old ones. These are little spots because this was a big bathroom. This is the old feed that comes up, so I've extended that and it's going in a maintenance free joint behind this light. It is maintenance free anyway, so you don't need to get to it. I'll use the Wago box, but it will be behind this downlight, and I will make a note that the joint is behind that downlighter. And then moving on, I've taken another feed from here, which will come to, drops down this wall here, which is going to be a switch. And then I've wired a switch wire in, which and all my neutrals are coming up the switches here, which I'm going to do that now from now on, just in case any smart switches get put on. We've got the neutral at the switch. That then will do 2 spotlights, and then I've put a permanent feed in, which will feed over to a new shaver point here. It was there, but this is going to get a toilet here. This window's getting a smaller window, so this will drop in this wall, and that will be for the shaver. And then extractor fan is going here. The client's going to drill that. He's a plumber, so he's going to drill that for me just to save a bit of labour costs on the job. So that drops down that wall, and then that will go above the door with a 3 amp fan isolator, and then it will just wire. I'll just drop another cable from here when I've got this wall in, down this wall and to this switch. So I'm going to crack on with that. I'm going to show you the fuse board and stuff today, and stuff that I don't like, but we're going to get onto that. But first things first, I'm going to just get these walls slashed up, and I'll see you shortly. I forgot to mention that I've got to wire, I think it's a 10.8 kilowatt shower that's going in that little ensuite. I've got to get the cable through this floor, so it's free air basically. There's no insulation in this floor. It's going to run through this floor here. And then the fuse board consuming it is below this stairwell here, which I will show you today. That drops down in there. It's an old plastic contactum. There is some spare ways, but for some reason there's like 5 ring mains in this house, so I'm gonna have to do some clamp metering tests. They've got a 100 amp main switch, but obviously if I put a 45 or 40 amp breaker in there, it's immediately going to show that it's you know, maximum demand. So I'm going to have to work that out. But this is the actual job that the NIC, because I recently registered with the NIC, this is the job that they're going to come and assess me on. So, you know, everything's got to be 100% right, which it is anyway. You know, every job that I do is 100% right and the best of my ability and to my knowledge. But this is one, you know, got to be right. So they can watch this video anyway, so they can see I'm doing everything, and then he can come and watch me testing everything, so which is good. So that's happening 8th of August, NIC assessment. New wall is in, new door frame with the, because this has got to be a fire door, I've gone for the intermittent, I can put the intermittent strips in this frame just to comply with the building regs. Got my frame in. This frame was awful from Wicks's. I've packed it, which is always what you want to do on a frame. Blah de blah, boring building work. So now, what I can do now is what I did pre-wire yesterday. I can get my box in here for the light switch. So then cables will drop in that wall there, jump over there, and I'll clip them down. I've got to leave this bit open because I've got to put some sockets in this wall here. Add some extra double sockets in here. I've still got to put some noggins in this wall here, and then I can build that wall, and I'll show that when I'm there. But yeah, it's getting there. You can see it's fairly straightforward. If you like building stuff, you'll like doing this sort of stuff. So these are 400 centres. Right, switches are mounted at 1.4 to the centre. That's to match all the existing switches. And this isn't a new build, this is just a refurbishment, so we can match the existing heights. They haven't got to be at the new building regulation height. And also I see a lot of people, they just hang the cables in the wall and leave them floating in the wall, which is fair enough. But this wall's got to have some sound insulation in, so those cables could get pushed to the side and to the front. So then it's not in a zone, and it's then not a depth greater than 50 mil. With the plasterboard on these cables are at a depth greater than 50 mil because this is a 5-inch wall. And I could have clipped down here, but you know, sometimes if the carpenter will come, he'll drive a screw or nail straight through there. He could puncture the back of these cables because they'll be sat on this timber. So what I do is I just run them to the next one, set greater than 50 mil, and then it just drops into the top of the switch like that. To me, it's better than it just floating in the air because it should be supported anyway, which we know that's a reg, and it is a chance that it could get pushed to the front and to the side with the insulation. So that's how I've done it. But I've just put this noggin in, 2 double sockets that will wire down in the zone, clipped along this timber, down through the floor, and then I'm going to pick it off this existing socket, which is that's going to probably be behind the door. So that will have to move, so I can pull these cables out in the floor, do something with those, and then I'm going to add a socket that side and that side of the bed, either side. I've plasterboarded one side now with the soundproof plasterboard. Runs along the top. I've just got to add a sort of a 2-inch strip in there. I'm not doing that today because I wanted to get the other wall up really. So now I'm just measuring up for my perimeter timbers that go all the way around, and then my struts that go in between. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Right, I just update you where I'm at. I've now got this partition wall up. I've still got to put some noggins in here and here. Got the door frame in all squared up on the spacers, lovely. I fit spacers, just a built-in thing here. So if it does distort, you can take spacers out, and if I was to screw this right against that timber and right against that timber, I've got no adjustment whatsoever. So that just gives me the adjustment if I need it. I've dropped my fan isolator cables in. One comes from this switch, which I've now dropped in the wall. That'll go to a switch, which will do the light, and then the feed, which goes over to the shaver point. And then the you'll have a neutral, an earth, a live, and a switch line which goes to here, and then that's an isolator switch with a 3-amp fuse which goes over to the fan position. So I'm going to get this knocked out, get these boxes in cut in nice and neatly, and then quickly plasterboard this. So this one is fixed through the side of the box. It's clipped in the zone and goes straight out within the zone still, but I'm within 150 there anyway. If it did go over here and up here, we're within 150, so you can do that, but I don't like doing that, but I like to keep it in line. I've used some 6mm clips to save, because this is less than 50mm depth, so just got to be in the zone, and it just saves taking all that timber up with cables really.
2,000 years later.
Right, as you can see, the wall is now all plasterboarded. If I block that, you can see. Got my switch cut out, got my fan isolator cut out. That is me done. We'll revisit this job. We'll do the shower cable, we'll do the downlighters, the fan will probably be able to do that. We'll do these downlighters and just second fixing switches and stuff. And then the next video, if anyone wants it, it will be the stairs out there. I might not put it on the channel because it's not electrical related, it will just be stairs. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, there's a link here. And I'll put it on there instead. Actually done on this job today. You can see I'm working with my shirt off. The client's on holiday. They know me, I know them, so it's fine. I'm just going to lay here now on the floor and die because I'm absolutely boiling. So I'll see you on the next one, guys. I'm going on holiday soon. Sorry, updates have been on the channel. I've been lacking. I've been so busy and I've not been able to film anything. But there's a few jobs coming up which I can film and I'll bring them to the channel. So take care and have a nice weekend.